Alright, gang, welcome back to our Nutty Brewer series here in Normandy. It is May now, and as you can clearly tell, I've done a little bit of work. I say I've done a little bit of work. I've had a lot of contractors and a lot of people over here doing some work for me. First and foremost, the first thing you'll probably notice is that we put down some asphalt. So we got rid of all the grown grass and everything else that was going on over here at the brewery. We're still kind of continuing that process here of getting this thing up and running and ready really to have individuals come and visit it. We also changed at least part of the fences. Obviously, the rest of the fence is still the same, but here near the brewery, we kind of upgraded the fence work to make it look a little bit better, a little bit nicer, which I'm really happy with. We actually ended up asphalting the entirety of this area, plus the area over here that had some grass in it. There's a little bit of grass overgrowing there, which I guess was missed, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So my vision for this area over here, though, is to be kind of the receiving and exporting of the actual brewery itself. So all of the deliveries and things would come here, you know, get the semi or the trailer or the truck, whatever it is, filled up, and then go back out this way, kind of keep this area away from the public, if you will. And then the public area would be kind of over here on the outside, beer garden-ish type of look. And then, of course, we're probably going to be offering brewery tours as well, right? So I kept the telephone and the bench for now just because I envisioned them going through this door to do a brewery tour. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, that's kind of what we're going with there. Added a little bit of that nice new fence over here as well, just to kind of round this area out a little bit, and then put down some flagstone on the ground here to make this look a little bit better, if you will. Now this area in here, the way that I kind of vision it is, it's just a kind of a multi-purpose shed. You know, you could have a band play or whatever. Maybe you have an event or a festival or something going on. You have some people out here selling, you know, beer, whatever it may be, right? That's my vision, at least for that. And then obviously this is just your outside sitting area if you want to sit out here. And then obviously you could have a fire pit. We could have fires and stuff out here when it's a little bit cooler off. I did keep the old wagon here. I just kind of liked the way it looked and the approach of it, so we just kind of kept it here as just kind of an accent to this area. Let's see. Everything else on this side has all been removed. We cleaned all this up, got rid of it all. And then obviously put some asphalt down to the end of here as well. And clearly, I also bought that water tank that we saw in the used market in the last episode. Just felt like it would be a mistake to not purchase that, so we went ahead and did that as well. Now, let's drive down to the other area, the area where we're going to house and store most of our equipment. And I want to talk about some of the things we added there, and you can kind of see them on the right side now. So we added 2 new sheds. It's kind of like an off yellow color. The reason why we went with that color is it kind of matches the logo a little bit of the brewery. It's like a yellowish, light yellowish color like this. So we went with this and had somebody come over here and build these for us as well. So it took them about a month. It wasn't too long. It actually took a little less than that. It took longer, I think, for all the asphalt to be done just because it was hard to get everyone here. But anyway, we already moved some stuff here. Obviously, not everything's moved into here yet. We need to kind of work through that. But we got the harvester header over here on the side. Got the drill underneath the cover. And then we have this shed. Now, this shed is pretty interesting. I've never used this shed before, and I really wanted to kind of give it a shot, so we did. We've got the harvester in there, clearly, as you can see. But the way it works is a little bit different than what you might imagine. You can't just go over here and hit the button and have the actual garage door open. You have to go through the small little door first, and then come over here to the side and hit this flap here. And all of a sudden, the whole thing is going to open up now, and now you can get the harvester out. Just thought it was cool, a different kind of approach, if you will, for you know, a shed, right? And it's got some tools and stuff in there, which is nice. So if we need to do any kind of servicing of any sort, we really should be able to do that as well if we want to. So that's really the only major changes that we made. And those are huge changes, so it's not like I should have probably worded that differently. We made some major changes, but there's still some more work to be done. We're still obviously not anywhere near close to being done. But as you can tell, we've pretty much used every single dollar that we had from selling the mill. It's all gone, right? It's all gone. The money we have left is not really, I mean, we can use it if we need to, but it's not going to be that extra money that we got for selling the mill, right? This is all going to be stuff that, unfortunately, if we really kind of need to keep this money, we really can't use any more of this money unless we, you know, absolutely have to, right? Because we really want it for everything else that we have to do and accomplish and try to get done here. Now, this is going to be tough here. This is that similar situation to where we had in the other fields, where the trees are kind of a bit in the way here, right? So I'm going to have to do some weird angles here, so just bear with me for a minute. I apologize. I'm going to try the best I can here to make sure we don't screw this up. I really don't want to make this any longer or wider than it needs to be. I guess really I don't need to turn it on. I guess I can just plow this up without actually turning on create a field, in this area at least. I did do create a field over there because I kind of took away a little bit more of that pathing to come into here, but... So, yeah, we're going to probably put sorghum in here, like I mentioned, right? I just think that's the best approach, because the sorghum will be, like I said, ready to harvest right around the time when it's time to put in the winter wheat or the winter barley. So I just think that's the best approach for us, and that way we can kind of continue to have wheat, at least for the current time period, wheat growing for a little while. And maybe we can hopefully continue to have that brewery processing that wheat and not really run out. But probably will, because we don't have a whole lot of fields early on. But as we move forward in this series and we get more fields, it shouldn't be as big of a problem, right? And then as moving forward as well, the other goal is realistically for us to start doing the amber beer, right? But the amber beer, we need sugar. So we're going to have to outsource that sugar, and that's going to be a later on period of time. Right now, I just want to do stuff that we won't need to spend any money to outsource to make. Let's just do something that doesn't require that, and that light beer is what that is entailing. So I do think I want to get rid of this fence. I think there's an opportunity here for us to be able to expand this out a little bit and then go around and turn up here. I don't think we really need it. Oh, okay, well, we're going backwards here. All right. Not sure why we were doing that, but I do think we can get rid of this, and I think we can expand this a little bit further this way and then can connect it down here. I know the fence is kind of a part of the whole thing, but really, I mean, the fence just stops here randomly too, right? So, and this one doesn't even have a fence going around it, right? So I don't necessarily think it needs to have one. I don't think it has to have one. So we're going to remove it. We're going to remove it. Okay, that's gone. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get rid of this one. I'll leave this one down here for now. Again, I mean, I don't think we're going to change, or, I mean, we might change it to a different fence, but I don't think we really necessarily need to remove this one. I'm not going to get any closer than where we are. Those trees are going to play too big of a role there, but here and up here, I think there's absolutely a potential for us to expand this a little bit more and get a little bit more out of it. So that's what we're going to do. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. It seems like everyone is pretty excited, or at least enjoying this series so far, which is awesome. So thank you for all of your input. It really does help tremendously with me being able to make sure that I'm doing stuff that you want to see and that it's enjoyable for both me and you. I think about there is about the extent that I'm willing to go. I think any further than that, we're going to run into some issues, especially with a worker. And then this, I'm just going to try to kind of, you know, slowly meander my way back to the connection point of where we started at. Could we make it a little bit wider? Yeah, probably. But do we need to? Probably not, right? Probably not. We'll see how that goes. If we need to make it, you know, wide again later on, then so be it, but we did expand it a little bit. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Couple quick notes real quick. If you're interested in it, the shop should now be live. I think I might have mentioned it in the last episode, but if I didn't, I'll mention it again here briefly. If that's something that interests you and you want to check out some shirts and stickers and things like that that I've created, there should be a link down below for you to check that out. Right now I'm doing 10% off all purchases as well, just as a kind of a go live special. Second channel, we're doing Halo Red Dead Redemption 2. If you haven't watched that, check that out. Island Preservation, making gigantic progress on that series, so highly recommend you watch that one. I'm really starting to enjoy it again. Not that I wasn't enjoying it to begin with, but it was a struggle at the beginning, and now we've actually got some money coming in, so now we can actually, you know, make some changes and actually add some new stuff and not continue to do the same thing for a while, right? So that's awesome. That's exciting. Triple Threat Challenge, we're getting very, very close, I think, to actually being able to start doing some other stuff as well. So we're about to hit the winter months on that series. It means we're going to be making some money from all the stuff that we've been storing, which is going to be good, right? That's going to be a good thing. So now, as far as the Can You Survive 25 series, I talked about that, right? This series is kind of replacing that series for a while. Probably in about 2 months or so, maybe October-ish, something like that. The goal, realistically, is we'll just kind of throw in a Can You Survive series every once in a blue moon, whenever I feel like doing it. It's not going to be any kind of a set schedule for that one. You know, but just whenever I feel like it, we'll just throw one in every once in a while. So it's not going away. Don't worry if you do enjoy that series. I know some people do. It's not going away anytime soon, I promise. It's just we're taking a bit of a break for a little while. Okay, so that's all set. Now, we need to drill this, and let's just double-check and make sure that what we really want to do is sorghum. I think it is. I need to buy the purchase the soil information as well, so let's go ahead and do that. It's not outrageously expensive, which is good. So it's sandy loam. We need to put some lime down there, too. So we can do, let's see, let's just think about it for a minute. So we can do, there's silage, we can do other stuff, but sorghum, soybeans, I'm just going to do stuff that I can do with the header that I have, which, you know, that limits us. Sorghums, soybeans. It looks like just sorghums and soybeans is really all we can do. So yeah, in that instance, because soybeans, excuse me, take a long time. Actually, they're not that long, actually, now that I look at it. It's not that long. We should be able to do, actually, soybeans if we really wanted to, which I think soybeans would make us more money. And we would have to turn that field around quickly, right? We'd have to harvest it, plow it up, and re-drill it the same episode. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, sorghum, best we can get is $1,400. Soybeans, the best we can get is $3,229. The soybeans probably makes more sense from a money standpoint, but here's what I'm thinking. We're going to need that money before June next year, right? We're going to need the money before June next year. So if we do sorghum, the sorghum will be ready to harvest this year, which means we can also sell it this year, right? We have to wait a few months to get the best price, but I think sorghum's the way to go. All right, we're going to go sorghum. We're going sorghum. Decision made. Sorghum it is. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Things are good. Things are all things considered, things are good. Okay, clearly I'm not thinking this through because this one doesn't have sorghum or soybeans. They need a planter for that. But I thought this drill had the option to do the extra stuff. Like, in other words, I thought it was a mod that allowed all of them. But I guess I'm wrong on that statement. So never mind. We cannot do that. So we really can't put anything in then, right? I don't think there's anything we can put in right now. Mustard, maybe? Mustard? Yeah, mustard. We can do mustard. Okay, when is mustard ready to harvest? Let's do mustard then. When is mustard ready to harvest? Well, I don't know. You can plant mustard for a long period of time, so I don't know. I don't know when it'll be ready to harvest, but I would hope it would be somewhere at least by November. I would hope I don't have to wait till next year, but so we'll do mustard. We'll do mustard then. We're doing mustard. You never heard me say anything about soybeans or sorghum. We're doing mustard. We've always wanted to do mustard. That's what we wanted to do the entire time. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, boy. Good fun. And my controller batteries are low, so that's a good thing for us. I'm not seeing a whole lot change there when it comes to nitrogen, but I guess mustard doesn't require that much nitrogen. I think all of you have told me that before. I really don't know anything about mustard, as I've mentioned before on our Triple Threat Challenge series, because we have the option to do mustard there as well. I don't really know anything about it. Other than I do know that to get what you want from mustard, you have to crack the seeds. I do know that. It's inside the seed. It'll be a little tricky to get the turning radius going here on this thing. It's tight. And I didn't even modify any of this area down here, and it's still really hard to get this to align properly. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not seeing any changes specifically here when it comes to the map, so I don't really see a whole lot of solid fertilizer going out. It's very slow. So it looks like we don't really need a ton of nitrogen to put down here, which is also a good thing, right? That means we're not spending as much money. So that's good. The very dark red down here. That's the area that we just kind of extended, though. Oh boy. All right. Normally when that happens, I have a little bit longer than I did there. Like, that literally popped up a few seconds ago, it feels like. But maybe it popped up earlier, a first warning or something, and I just missed it. It very well could have been, right? It very well could be. We are getting very dirty already with our equipment, and we haven't done a whole lot yet, and our equipment is getting super dirty already. How many headland passes does it want us to do here? 3. 3 headland passes. That makes sense with all the trees. It makes sense. There's not a whole lot of room to turn around, right? Okay, well, you know what we got to get done here. This shouldn't take a terribly long amount of time. So let's get to work here. Let's get it done. And then we'll get the lime out. We'll probably do the lime in the time lapse as well, I would think. So we'll do this. We'll get this drilled. Get the lime out. Get all that stuff going. We're missing little bits down here, but that's all right. We can come back and touch those up later. Yeah, let's get it going. Done. We'll go ahead and put this away. Don't have a whole lot else left to do today. Really, it's just kind of move some things around here and see if we can figure out anything else to do. We only have $25,000, which is not really a lot of money. One thing we haven't done yet that we probably will try to figure out a way to fit if we can find some money is to be able to put down some kind of a water tank to store some water for us, because we're going to need a lot of water when we get the actual brewery, started up and running and operating, right? At current, it's not really in operation yet, right? We're kind of still clearing everything out. We're trying to get everything back up and running in an operating or ready to be in an operating state, but we're not there yet, right? We're just slow progress, right? So, you know, some kind of a water tank near or in the vicinity of that, I think, makes a lot of sense, so we don't have to drive so far. Realistically, right now, let's take a quick look at the map here, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. We've got to go to this little creek here, and I don't know how easy it is to find an access point there to get water. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should go and test that out right now, and see if we can figure out how difficult is this actually going to be, right? I don't know the answer to that at current, right? So we are going to move the forklift up here. The reason we're going to move it up here is, like I said, we're going to probably make this our distribution area. So if we're going to make this our distribution area, the forklift makes sense to be up in this area anyway. It's going to be what is utilized to help get stuff on the trucks. So we'll leave it there for right now. Let's jump into the case here. We'll use the case. One of my favorite tractors of all time, this one. I love it. I love the old school 90s square body type of tractor, right? They're all got rounded kind of fronts on the tractors nowadays, and I mean, I get why they do it, but I don't know, I just like this one. This one just, to me, this looks like what a tractor should look like. All right, so let's see. Where do we think the easiest way is to get to this? You know what? I'm going to pull up the big map here. So in my eyes, I think we go out here, we hang a right. We really haven't explored a whole lot of this map yet either, right? We've only really gone into the vicinity that we're in right now, and then the shop, which is here, right? So we've really only gone down this road and into here. We haven't really gone anywhere else. So I think we go this way and see about these two little bridges here, and if there's an easy access point there. Maybe even this one down here and this one down here, right? I think we kind of explore a little bit this way and see what we come into, what we run into. Now, I don't know, how much does our actual brewery hold water-wise? A lot. 100,000 liters. And it takes a lot of water, too, to actually process this. So, yeah, I think we're be in our best interest to actually put down some kind of a water tank of some sort on the farm. So even if, you know, we're not constantly able to get water from it, even if it's not directly into a well in the ground or anything like that, at least it has something in it where we don't have to make as many trips, right? These trees are gigantic in this area, man. They're massive, massive trees. Absolutely massive. Behemoth trees. That's a very hilly field right there. Okay, so I think we're coming up here. Ooh, this does not look very promising for us to be able to get water out of it. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Water filling area. Okay, perfect. Now, look how big that fish is. Holy smokes. This looks like you could drive across it, but to me, that looks a little... I'm a little nervous about driving across that. I feel like we're gonna lose our tractor there. That does not look... that looks a lot deeper than I would want it to be, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, so it's not terribly far away, actually. Now, the water tank we have, it's fine. This one, I'm glad we paid for it because it was in the used market. We got it for a good discount. But, let's be real here. You know, this is going to take a long time to do this, right? So, I still think in my eyes the best approach here is for us to go, well, realistically, to get some kind of a water tank or a well or something where we can get water without having to drive all the way down here. I probably should have used the Vulture for this. The case here is struggling. It's a pretty heavy tank of water here, but that's all right. I feel like we're going to be using the Vulture for a lot of things on this series, and it almost makes this a little bit obsolete, but that's not the point, right? The point is this is going to be coming with us to every single Z Adventure series. This is something that was gifted to us, right? By Sharon. We don't really want to get rid of it. This has sentimental value and meaning to us based off of, you know, the previous story. thing's just so cool, man. I love this thing. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Come on. Come on. Just struggling, man. We are struggling to get up this hill. Okay, note to self. If we're going to use this tank to go get water again, it's got to be the Vultra. This Casey, it can't do it. It can't handle it. It can't do it. I don't know where we dropped the water off at. I would assume it's over here by this grate, but I mean, I don't really know. Yeah, it is. Near the grate. Okay, cool. All right, well, we've got some water going in here. It's going to take a long time to get that to 100,000. Like I said, we probably need to fit some kind of a water tank. And speaking of that, let's just look at the actual pamphlet here and see what we can find, if anything, from water. So this would be nice to have, this old windmill with a water tank. That would be nice. I kind of like that. I don't know where I'd put it, though. I'd have to figure that out. I don't think it really makes a whole lot of sense right next to the brewery. It would probably be fit better down here, which means we have to still make trips for that. Maybe that's what we do it. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. So there's a silo for pig food. So we could, in theory, use this maybe to transfer the pig food that we get out of this. I don't know. It's an option. That might be the only water tank thing we have installed. Oh, we got this one. This is pretty nice, too. We could use this. I'm not sure if I want to block off the areas here to the silos, though. I'm not quite sure that makes a whole lot of sense. Perhaps something like this, maybe, would make more sense. Something like that. That way I could still back something up into here if it needed be. Well, we'll think about it. We're not obviously going to do it today. I've got to have somebody come over and do it for me. Water pump station. Seems a little out of place for here. Pretty cool, but it seems a little out of place. But we'll figure it out. But we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button for me in the case you've yet to do so. It is free to do. It helps me out an absolute ton. Thanks to my members for all of their continued support. It really does mean the world to me, each and every single one of you. If you want early access to videos like this one, there's a link down below. Maybe consider becoming a member. Like I said before, check out my second channel. Check out the Discord. Check out the shop. All that stuff linked down below for you. Thanks for watching, gang. Thanks for your support, as always. And I'll see you next time.